Okay, today's video is going to be about the Inarius set, and I chose it just because I want to go over a very explosive build, and I felt like it was kind of fitting for the 4th of July to have my corpse explosion video. So I'm just going to go over this, and the first thing I want to say is the entire linchpin to this whole build is Brigg's Wrath. What it is it's a curse ring, basically. Uncursed enemies are pulled to the target location when a curse is applied to them. And this ability is so huge, and I'm sure it's going to be used by a lot of other classes and a lot of other builds. But for the Necromancer and for Corpse Explosion, I felt like this would just be the perfect um, way to use Corpse Explosion in a way that's not exactly, set out for the set. I don't watch other people's build videos. I just kind of go in and I work items and abilities together and until I get a combination I like. So this is what I arrived at. So I'm just going to start out using going over my abilities. First off is Decrepify. Cursed enemies have a 10% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds when hit. So this is a really important spell, basically because it ties to my ring here and its effect, and then it's also going to, the huge debuff is going to help keep mobs from wrecking me immediately, and it's going to provide the perfect placement for me to use Corpse Explosion. And let's see, next up is Bone Armor Dislocation. I chose the poison effect because of this item. There's Black Death. Each different poison skill you use will increase the damage of your poison skills by 65%. So that's going to provide a bonus, basically one stack of 65% damage boost. And then over here I've got my Grim Scythe is set to poison as well. And Corpse Explosion is poison. So this is going to stack 3 times 65 to give me a pretty big damage bonus when I cast Corpse Explosion. Next up is Blood Rush, and I chose Blood Rush because I didn't want it to... I felt like I needed a good escape spell if things got a little too hot when I'm in the middle of a big pack. So I chose Blood Rush, and it's going to not... It's only going to have 1 charge, but it's just so that if I'm really in trouble, I don't want to be low on life and then hit Blood Rush and then die, or like put myself down so low I'm just a 1-hit kill. So I picked it up. It's really not for travel, it's really just an emergency spell. So next up I got Command Golem. He's going to be providing plenty of corpses courtesy of Moribund Gauntlets. And then I chose Grim Scythe. Really, it's entirely just for the poison effect, so I can stack poison damage. I don't always remember to, but generally it just seems like the damage is coming in so fast. It's not even something I'm ultra prioritizing when I'm fighting. And lastly, of course, is Corpse Explosion. Explode up to 5 corpses close to you, dealing 525% weapon damage as poison to enemies within 20 yards. So basically, I've got a whole bunch of stacking bonuses going on here. Triggers Corroded Fang. It ties into Decrepify, provides 168% increased damage to cursed enemies. That's really important. This item is purely for stats. It's only because I don't have a better item to put here. Crispin's Sentence, 98% damage done to slowed enemies, or triple versus any other type of control impairing effect like stun, which Decrepify has a 10% chance to stun, which is going to be pretty useful, I imagine. Bane of the Trapped, 30% increased damage plus a slow aura. So now I've got another 30% damage coming in. Plus, mobs are generally going to be in pretty close proximity, so they're going to fall into the aura that it gives off. And Moratorium is the gem I chose here, mainly because I've got plenty of damage coming out. I just need to make sure I survive to deliver the package. So Moratorium Like, and this is only rank 54, so that kind of tells you haven't gotten too far with it. Esoteric Alteration, gain 36% non-physical damage reduction while below 50% life. The resistance to cold, fire, lightning, poison, and arcane are increased by 75%. So basically what this means is now I've got all damage reduction and non-physical damage reduction. So I've basically done all I can to lower the incoming damage. Plus, my bone armor provides an additional 2% damage. At base, it's 3% damage per stack. So I'm going to add 5% damage per stack. So basically 50% damage reduction just by using bone armor. And what's really cool is I've got bone armor, partly because it's poison, it does an additional 1000% damage. At like GRIF 10, it's enough to kill mobs. So if you get mobs close to you and all you're trying to do is just build stacks of bone armor, sometimes you'll kill them. I mean, this is a very powerful, just rock solid set bonus. Let's see. Dente's Binding. You gain an additional 48% damage reduction when there is an enemy affected by Decrepify. So basically, my rotation is Decrepify, bone armor. Even if it's not up, I cast it. Then if I'm on it, I hit Grim Scythe, and then I finish using Corpse Explosion. And so I've got another 48% damage reduction coming in, which it's just hugely important because this ring effect, the uncursed enemies are pulled to the target location. It's nice. It bunches up really good. That also means there is a lot of trouble in a very small area, and you got to be really careful when you cast it and you get mobs all bunched up because they can kill you really quick. Let's see, not any exceptional differences here. I'm using Reaper's Wraps just because, and it's the wrong element, of course, but anyway, just for the life, really. Health glows restore 25% of your primary resource. It's really, I wouldn't say it's even necessary for this because actually, of all my abilities, it's really just Decrepify that uses any essence. Bone Armor is 10 essence. Blood Rush doesn't have an essence cost. Flesh Golem doesn't. Grim Scythe actually builds essence. I mean, so these are definitely very, very, very optional. I wouldn't necessarily say you need them at all for this build. But anyway, I'm just so used to using them that I just decided to keep them. Let's see. Your golem drops a corpse every second. Corpse Explosion. Yeah, so this is a 5 times damage bonus to Corpse Explosion. So 5 times 94%. Very close to 500% damage increase to Corpse Explosion once it gets to 5 stacks. So the damage is just, it's definitely here. And like I said, I gemmed up a lot of defensive gems because there's plenty of damage coming out. And I'm going to just show you real quick because this ring, like I said before, it's so good. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to wind up incorporating it because it really negates any need for a lot of, like, if you're farming graders and you need to just move along. I'll just show you. So first off, I'm going to hit it. I'm just going to ignore these guys. But if you're, let's say you're just looking for elite mobs, you want to get by everybody, just bunch them up. Or if you want to make a lot of pretty explosions. Whoa. See, out of my way. Out of my way. But I actually want to kill elite mobs. I can definitely tell you you're going to really be tied to your golem because he's always dropping these corpses, and that's really one corpse. A lot of times is all you need to just serve as like a catalyst for the whole chain reaction of Corpse Explosion. and he'll get preoccupied fighting one mob like off in a corner, and it's like, dude, prioritize. But you can just bunch them up, just crazy easy. Get we get these guys in here close enough. And you'll get a lot of caster mobs who want to keep you at a distance or keep a distance from you, and it doesn't. It's not a big deal because all you got to do is decrepify, and you can really position them just about anywhere you want it. Yeah, here we go. He's like way back here. And sometimes you can just follow his trail of corpses. Yeah, he always lags behind. It's alright. Your biggest danger are going to be mobs that lay down stuff like those arcane beams, the fire on the ground effect, whatever it's called. Overall, it's easy and it's very satisfying when your golem keeps up. And if you want, you can just kind of line up bad guys as you go and just kind of get them situated how you want it. Give your golem time to build up corpses. And then really just let them have it. Sometimes you'll get like a really big room and it'll all just go perfectly well and you can just round everybody up and create just this huge bunch up. But if you're trying to finish a rift really quick, you definitely want to just take advantage of the crowd control, get mobs out of your way, just just move them in my way. Not anymore. You'll take a little bit of damage, but it isn't really a problem. And if you want, you can make like a really big train and get a bunch of bad guys going here. If it'll let me. The biggest catch is you can't spam Decrepify on the same mobs. Once you cast it one time, it'll have to wear off before you can reposition the mobs how you want it. And you got to be careful because your pet it doesn't keep up. So if you're really getting short on time in a rift, you got to watch what's going on because he'll get behind and mess up your whole rhythm. Just little neat little bunches. What I like about it is you can go as fast as you want to. You don't really have to let the game dictate to you or the map or whatever. It's just depends on how quick you want to do it. I mean, like I said, I'm I've said it before in my videos. I'm not a super, um, I guess, intense, high maintenance type of clicker over type of player. I like to keep it just relaxed, easy to manage. Just watching some of these guys in their builds is just. I mean, I respect the talent and the commitment. You know, you've got to be a real gamer to make some of these builds work. But you know, for me, I'm really more of a casual player. I'm just playing to have fun, and it's really the strategy and just trying different items and seeing what works. What I wish I could do is drop a corpse of my own. Just he's a necro. He should carry corpses around, right? If he just had one, you know, or part of one, he could just drop and explode. He's quick. Gotcha. Whoops. Okay, so that's gonna do it for me. Thanks for watching my video. This is just one of probably more I'll be doing. Just when I find something that works, I'll post it. Um, I'm working up my gym, so eventually I'll probably be able to do some higher level riffs and stuff. But for right now, like Rift 60 is about where I'm comfortable playing, and I'm hoping to push up to the 70s, but I'm not in a huge rush. So, and I'm not playing seasonally, so I'm just kind of playing the game as I like to play it. But anyway, thanks for watching. That's all I got. Have a good day. Bye.